guys, I'm so excited. Today I'm going to be using some things that I haven't used in a while, or some things that I just recently tried for the first time that I want to keep playing with and see how they work with my skin. And then I think I have a couple things that I haven't used yet that I'm going to use today on this video. So I'm really excited. If you're interested in seeing what I come up with, then just keep watching. Okay, so I used this in a recent video and it was the first time I had used it, and I want to kind of play with it a little bit more before I come up with my true feelings on it. So it's the MAC Prep and Prime Skin Base. So that is what it looks like. It felt really good on my skin. Here's what the product looks like. But I don't know if it was this or the foundation as to what was causing a lot of creasing, which is super annoying. I hadn't had it on very long, but I had a full face, so it was my full face first impression video. So I'll link that down below so you can go watch that. Everything was brand new to me, so I don't know what it was. So I kind of changed up all the products today to see if maybe I can come up with what it was or be able to address the problem and fix it. But I want to start with trying this out again, but maybe with just a different foundation. Okay, so the foundation that I want to use, I actually got as a sample. It's the Clinique Even Better foundation. I don't really have much on it. They gave me like a card of what it was called, but it just says Even Better. It was their foundation, and it is in the shade Stone. So I did get to use this once. I loved the way it felt on my skin, and it stayed really well, but it was a little off color wise. Like, it's a little bit too dark, so I'm just gonna deal with that. We will bring it down with like the concealer and stuff. But it is the Even Better by Clinique foundation, and I don't really know much else other than that. They just gave me a little like pot to sample it. So I don't know if I'm gonna buy it. If I did, I would definitely get, again, a lighter color, because I just don't feel like it's like the best tone wise and color wise for me, but it's very close. I feel like if I did get a little bit of sun, it would be perfect. Just right now, I just feel like it's a little bit dark, but then again, I have been outside a little bit more in the last week or so. So who knows, maybe it's okay. I used it and didn't like how dark it was and haven't touched it since then, and it's probably been like 2 weeks or so. I'm gonna bring it down on my neck. Gives a really like nice finish. It's not like super luminous, but it gives that healthy glow that I think we all kind of like, which is good. And then I'm just gonna take a little bit more in my problem areas where I have more scarring and like acne texture, I guess you could say, from the scarring. Just to build up a little bit more. But it's a really nice finish. Like, I do really like that. I think the problem is just the color. But here again, like, I brought it down my neck. It's super close to like my natural. It's just a hair bit off. Like, nothing that would keep me from buying it. Like, honestly, I'd probably just get this color and be fine. But I'm just being a little bit picky. I'm being a little bit picky, and it's the only thing I can say that bothered me. So is it that big of a deal? No. I could probably just go get this color and be fine. It's not too off, but you can see it's just barely darker than like my shoulder area. Not major. This was another thing that I got to use in my first impression video. It's the ColourPop No Filter Concealer in the shade Light 10. I really enjoyed this concealer. Now, here is another one where it is, did it cause any of the creasing around my chin, was where it was the worst, and my nose. But I didn't really put any on my nose. I always just do my scarring, my chin, and then my under eye. So I don't know if it was this or, you know, a combination of some things, but we will see after we use it today in a different combination. Sometimes just certain combination of things just don't work well together, and that's okay. Does anyone else like close both of their eyes while they're doing their their under eye concealer? I can't help but close both eyes. It's so funny. I guess I kind of do my chin area, like right in that crease when I bring it down. So I guess it could have been this. I hope not. I would be really sad if it was this because I really like this concealer a lot. And I am bringing it down just to kind of lighten up the foundation just a little bit. And tapping. Okay, and then I just used a flat top It Cosmetics brush for all of that. So this was another thing that I got to use in the first impression video, and it took a lot. Ooh, I have a hair on my eyelid. It took a lot out of me to do this. I know it sounds so silly because I am so big on my Benefit products, but in that first impression video, I used the It Brow Power pencil, and it wasn't bad. It's definitely more of a natural look than what I'm used to, but it wasn't bad where I want to keep playing with it because I do like having options, but I am a Benefit girl. But I am going to try this out again, and I'm not putting it down. I was very happy with it, but it's definitely a different look than my normal. But I'm not opposed to, you know, trying something a little bit different and maybe not being so, you know, more dramatic on the brows. Maybe the natural is okay. I'm willing to try it out more. I wish that they had this in like a pomade because I do like the consistency of pomades better and how they work. But all I saw was just a brow pencil. And then I got the mini so I could try it without committing in case it wasn't good and I didn't want to get stuck with it. I just got the mini. So that's a really good way to try out something. So I always think it's good if you want to do your brows or start playing around with your brows, if you go get a drugstore brand. I'm just taking a concealer brush and wiping off where I accidentally hit that. If you go buy like a drugstore brand and practice with it until you get the right shaping and, you know, what you want out of your brows, like right before you take your makeup off at night, instead of buying like Benefit or It or, you know, whatever your ultimate like want to use brand of product for your brows is, you know, a higher end or whatever. I always think getting a drugstore one to practice with is a really good option. You know, that way you're not wasting money while you're practicing, because you're probably not gonna love the way your brows look the first couple of times that you do it. So I think that would be a really good way to get used to it first. Then once you get used to it and you find that shaping and it's easier for you to use, then it's a really good option then to go into whatever brand, high end or not, that you want, because you're more comfortable with it. For my setting powder, I want to use something I haven't tried before. Now, in saying that though, I've used the pressed powder version, but this one is the like loose powder version. So I'm really excited because I prefer loose powders. So I'm excited to try how this works in a version that I like better. It's the It Bye Bye Pores Poreless Finish Airbrush Powder. So this one is, again, the loose one. I've only used the press so far. I'm just not a huge pressed powder fan. Gotta get the sticker off. And you know what? I think I'm gonna go ahead and set my under eyes with my banana powder. And I am I'm playing around with the Derma Blend Banana Illuminating Powder, and I really liked it. I used it in the first impression video that I used, that I'll link below. And I'm gonna use that now, actually, is what I'm using now under my eyes with just a flat brush. And then I'll go all over with the It Bye Bye Pores setting powder. I just really liked the way that my under eye looked after using this the other day. I shouldn't say the other day, in the last video, whenever I used it. I'm getting that loose powder. So that it one is just a white, pretty finely milled setting powder, and I'm just going to use the Foundation Perfection brush by It Cosmetics. I love their brushes. And this is supposed to give you a really airbrushed finish and help kind of hide your pores, which who can't benefit from that? Like, hello. I know I like to have my pores being non-existent if I can. So I always like to tap first with my powders, so that way I'm not pulling the foundation underneath when I start swirling. Because when I've patted that foundation in there, it's already, you know, kind of soaked up that excess. Then I can go in all over and do my swiping and swirling and not have to worry about it like pulling on the foundation. So let me get closer so you guys can kind of see the pores. I do feel like, yeah, I do feel like that helped with my pores a lot. They're not bad at all. Almost kind of looks a little bit settled on the top of my skin though, but my pores don't look quite as enlarged. So we will just keep seeing how that goes. For my bronzer, I want to use the Too Faced Sweet Tea bronzer. Again, I used this in my first impression video and I really liked it, so I wanted to keep playing with it. It's kind of got a shimmery to it, but I really, really liked the way that it looked, and it's a really gorgeous color for a bronzer, especially for, you know, lighter skin tones. And I don't feel like it looked orange at all. I really enjoyed this. I am not going to contour. I just kind of can't be bothered doing a contour, so I'm not going to do that part. So let's use the Physicians Formula Butter Blush in the shade Spicy Mauve. That is what it looks like. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous color, and I really, really, really enjoy the Physicians Formula Butter products. They're really nice on the skin. And it's just a really, 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 really pretty color. They feel good and they don't feel like heavy, but they feel hydrating without being like a overly hydrating product. For like us oily skin types, I still like the way that this feels. It doesn't feel gross for being a butter like hydrating product. I think I'm gonna use the Winky Lux Strobing Balm. So this is what it looks like. It's in a super cute, like baby blue packaging. And then here is what the product looks like. Very, very, very pretty. I swatched it on the back of my hand before I started, and I liked the way that it looked. I'm just going to tap it on and then use a different finger to kind of swirl and work it into my skin. It does say specifically on there to use a finger for best results. It's kind of liquidy, but it's not, it's got a little bit of a stick to it, but not where my like finger and my skin feel gross. This is a pretty highlight. It's not dramatic, but it's pretty, like very natural, pretty glow. And I like that it's not glittery looking. Just looks very like hydrated and dewy. I feel like my brows are not done. I keep looking at them like I need to do my brows. It just looks very natural. And I'm just highlighting in my normal areas. I think I'm gonna do another layer on my cheek. That's pretty. It would probably do better, even though it's not like a liquid, I think it would probably do better on a not set face. So I'll keep trying it and try it like differently without it being on set face and see if that helps. And I'm just taking that blush brush that I used a minute ago and kind of tapping on there to kind of smooth out anything, because it kind of looked a little bit choppy just from, I think, it being on the powders. But today I'm gonna use the full size in the shade Eden. This one's supposed to be like a matte nude. So we will see how it works. I mean, obviously they all work very similar, just depending on what kind of, I guess, base you want. But I do like how this one is like pigmented versus the original is not pigmented. I feel like this gives you a really good clean base underneath your eyeshadow. So I'm really excited to try this one and see how it does. You guys, I have to say, I don't know if you can see it on camera, I'm not like loving what is happening on like my face. I'm not sure what it is. Like now I'm starting to kind of wonder, because I've played around with different like ways of doing it from my first impression video to today. I don't know if maybe it's the primer, and I really would be super sad if it was the primer. I've never really used much from MAC, just like some blushes and some highlighters, stuff like that. I've not really gotten super into their stuff. But I've been trying to play around with some other stuff, and I would be really upset if it was this primer. But I just don't know what else it could be. It's just like my skin just looks super settled. Like everything's settling on top of it. I'm just not obsessed with it. Now, obviously from afar, you have no clue. This almost looks like a concealer. That's really cool. But to me, like up close, I'm like, it's just not sitting like it could, which is super kind of annoying, but we'll see how it keeps wearing. And after we set, maybe it'll be fine after we set the makeup. Who knows? So for my eyeshadow palette that I want to use the Naked Cherry again. It's been a while since I've played with it, and I'm just kind of feeling those like pinky purpley vibes. So if you haven't seen what it looks like, here is what it looks like. Very, very, very beautiful colors. I'm gonna go in with just a standard like fluffy brush and go in with Caution right here in the crease area. I'm not gonna set the lid with it because I want the color I put on there to pop and actually stick well on the primer potion. So I'm putting it in that crease area so that whatever I put in there will smoothly blend for me, since I've already kind of got it set with that Caution shade. For the, ooh, I'm gonna do something crazy. For the lid, I'm gonna go in with Bing right here. This is such a pretty color. And I'm just taking a flat eyeshadow brush. And I'm just gonna tap that on there. Oh my goodness. I forgot how much I love these colors. I probably look retarded. Here, let me use this. Trying to look over into the mirror and stay straight for you guys. Oh, I love that color. Yes, yes, yes. And then let's go in with a fluffy blender brush and go in with, let's go in with Juicy. So this peachy color here, just a fluffier blender brush. I like live for these colors. They're my favorite. Perfect. Then with a little bit more of a like smaller brush, we're gonna go in with Devilish, which is this one here. This is one on our eyelid. We're gonna go in with Devilish right next to it. A little bit more purple. Tap it on that outer edge. And then bringing it in through on the crease. Just to deepen it up a little bit. I think I'm gonna go in with a sparkle too. I'm not sure yet, but I'm kind of leaning towards going in with a sparkly shade. Sometimes you just have to add some sparkle into your life, you hear? Not being all flat and matte. Let's go in. I think that I haven't used this color yet, but I think it would look the best with that bing that we put on the eyelid. It's called Young Love. So this is on the eyelid now. I think that would be a really nice color to tap on the middle. I'm just gonna use my finger and I'm just gonna tap it on the middle and kind of inner corner area. Ooh. Oh my goodness, it's like iridescent. And I'm so sorry guys if my lighting is changing. There's like some storm clouds coming in and it's making it super dark in here. I don't know what to do. I'm just trying to hurry before it gets worse. And I'm just taking that blender shade or blender brush that I used the shade Juicy in earlier just to kind of soften out everything. I'm really liking that. That was a really, that Young Love is really pretty. Flipping over to a pencil brush, I'm gonna go in with Privacy, which is the darkest shade in the palette on the far end. And kick off any excess there might be and just bring that down on the lower lash line. And then just wiping off that brush and then taking Bing and doing that inner, oops, I'm looking away from you guys, and taking it on that inner bottom lash line. Then I'm gonna take that fluffy brush, go in again with Juicy, and just kind of tap that in that inner corner. I just want it to be a little bit more dramatic. And gonna fix up a little spot where it fell down. Got a little bit of fallout, not bad, but just enough where I want to kind of fix it with a flat brush. And then going in with a very small, like precise brush, I'm gonna go into Turn On right here and put that in under the brow. And it does have a slight pinky tone, but we're going all out. See, now it's getting all sunny. And then taking that same Turn On and putting it on top of where we just put that Juicy on the inner corner. Just to kick it up a notch. Going back in with that pencil brush into that darkest shade Privacy that we did on the inner, or I'm sorry, on the lower lash line. I'm just placing that on that very far outer V area. Just to give it a little bit more depth and bring it all together. Flipping back over to where Juicy was and just softening out where it could be harsh. And then I'm just going to go back in with that concealer that we used earlier from ColourPop and just putting it on the very outside edges and taking a super small blender sponge and just sharpening up that line and cleaning up some of that where it blended out a little bit farther than I like. That just sharpened everything up quite a bit. Okay, so I do want to use some false lashes. So I'm really excited. I haven't worn them in a while, but I'm going to try something different with the falsies. So I'm using my Big Ego mascara by Tarte right now. And I'm just doing them on my top, or using it on my top lashes right now. And then I'm going to put the falsies on. But what I'm going to do that is different is I'm going to be using, for the first time ever, accents. Never have I ever used accent lashes before, but I'm really kind of excited to see how they work versus a full, like, strip, I guess would be the right term. Because my lashes, or my eyes are so sensitive that sometimes the strip lashes just really irritate them, even if I only wear them for a little bit. And I'll even cut them like shorter sometimes, and that seems to help, making them super short and not getting very close to the inner corner. So I'm wondering if the accents would help me. So we're gonna try it out and see today. I'm excited. So I'm gonna finish putting this mascara on, fix up this little dot, and put those lashes on, and I will be right back. So to be honest, I'm not quite sure how I feel about these. It is very strange. They're very pretty, but it's very strange. I went in and added another coat of mascara, like on my inner lashes, and it just seems too dramatic from like my normal lashes to them. But I am gonna go ahead and go in and put some eyeliner on, liquid eyeliner on in the inner part, bring it together, and maybe it'll help. We'll see. So I'm just going in with my Urban Decay Razor Sharp liquid liner in black. I actually think it's called something else. Perversion is what the color is called. And I'm just going to draw in a line to where those falsies are to see if maybe that will bring it together a little bit more. Maybe help them look a little bit thicker on that inner lash area. It's a little bit better, but I'm not obsessed with it. I think I would just rather stick with the like full strip lashes and just cutting them shorter like I've been doing. It's beautiful, but I just feel like it's just too dramatic from my lashes to them because I don't have very long lashes. But we'll wear them throughout the day and see how it looks and how it works, and maybe I'll like it. Who knows? So on my lower lashes, and then I'm gonna probably go over the inner as well again. I'm gonna use the NYX The Skinny Mascara. So I wasn't thrilled, look how tiny this is. I wasn't thrilled with it when I used it in the first impression video, but I promised I would use it again. So here I am using it again. We'll see how it works. It just feels so weird. It's so tiny. I figured it would help me because I always feel like I'm like trying to like hit my contacts when I'm doing my lower lashes. I don't know if it was just me or if it really did just make my lashes to the lashes look better or not. Who knows? It's just a funny mascara, and it doesn't hold a lot of product, so you kind of have to like spin the wand as you're using it. I definitely think the eyeliner and doing that helped a little bit with kind of bringing it together a little bit more. I still feel like it's a little dramatic, but I'm not mad about it. We will keep wearing it. As far as the highlight goes, it's very pretty and very kind of natural, and I've layered it twice, but I just kind of want a little extra oomph on there. So I'm just going to take one of my less, like in your face highlighters that I have. It's my ColourPop in Lunch Money highlighter. It's one that I always feel like I have to layer a lot to get a payoff, but I'm just going to layer it on top of this just to get a little bit more oomph. Since I already have a highlight base going on, maybe it wouldn't be so bad. Just kind of layering with the powder. So I just brought it up a little bit without being blinding, versus some of the other ones I hope we could do on top would be like, wow. I'm gonna set my full face with the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. I absolutely love the way that that smells and feels on my face. Oh my gosh. I'm really excited to show you guys what we're gonna use for lips. I'm so excited. So I have stared at this product. I don't even know. I go back and forth with it. I'll grab it, I'll put it back down, I'll grab it, I'll put it back down. I just can't decide if I want to get it or not. And I finally just bit the bullet. They had it in a mini, and so I was like, well, it can't hurt anything to get a mini. So it's the Lipstick Queen Frog Prince Emerald Green Lipstick that transforms to a petal pink. So this is what it says that it will do. This is what the product looks like. I always kind of went back and forth with it, but we're gonna try it out. So this is what it looks like in the mini version. Oh my God. And then this is what the lipstick looks like. So green. So before the lipstick. Are you guys seeing this? That is an illusion. What the heck? Look, green. Okay, so clearly I thought it has to do this. They wouldn't say it did it if it didn't. But I was still super skeptical that it would actually do pink. I mean, it's green. This defies all logic. That is so cool. And it's actually a really pretty pink. And as far as the product feels, it feels amazing. It's not heavy, it's not waxy, it's not sticky. It feels very hydrating, actually. I'm pretty happy with that. That's pretty cool. And it brought the whole colors together. Like, I was really excited when I decided I wanted to use the Naked Cherry because of all the pinks. So I'm excited. That kind of brought it all together. So go grab you some Frog Prince by Lipstick Queen. That is so cool. And you freak your friends out. Like, pop it open and be like, poof, and then put it on and it's pink. That is really cool. I really like having that just to like freak people out and stuff. That is so cool. So up close, here is my skin. I'm interested to see how it continues to wear. It doesn't look horrible, but it does kind of look like it's settling a little bit in some areas, like in a weird way, like especially right in here. and I didn't really do any concealer in here. So I don't think it's the concealer like I was originally thinking. I'm scared it's the primer. I hope I'm wrong, but I'm really scared it's the primer. But we'll keep playing, keep seeing what happens. Drop below in the comments if you've tried out that primer specifically and if you liked it or not. I have oily textured skin. So if you have oily textured skin and you used it, please let me know if it worked for you or not. Would love to hear you guys' opinion on it. Also, while you're down in the comments, leave me a comment of what you guys would like to see below for the next video, and I will get that recorded for you. So, thank you so much for watching, and if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe too. And if you do subscribe to me, I really appreciate it if you would just hit that notification bell. Plus it helps you because it lets you know whenever my next video comes up. So I will talk to you guys in the next one. Thank you so much. Bye.